Here we go. Let's watch this one here. Argos release is too early. All right, here we go. No Elden Ring today, boys? Are you kidding me? You really think that I got a +9 halberd to not use it? What the fuck are you talking about? You think I got a +9 halberd to not use it?
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Fox and welcome to another video. Now before you even watch this video, I'm just gonna warn you, this is going to be a rant. And if you don't like to hear a rant, that is okay. You don't need to watch this video.
Well, you've been hearing one for 2 hours, so I'm going to assume everybody here is totally okay with a rant. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
But this video is basically going to be about Amazon's decision to release Argos the day after this video is coming out, which is tomorrow right now. And it's going to be about how they are, in my opinion, making Lost Ark actually more pay to win, or rather more pay to access content than it has ever been before in any version. And of course,
I'm going to assume that this is what his logic is, because the honing rates are not buffed like they are on the other servers, that people feel compelled to spend real money in order to catch up to the people that are 1370. And that's what I'm assuming it will be. We'll see, right? That's just what my guess is. Which I don't think is entirely wrong.
Give you examples of why. And this is not a video where I'm crying that I am not item level required for Argos, because I'm not really crying about that. I'm thinking about the people that are not even where I am right now and that haven't swiped their credit card, obviously. So, to sum it up, TLDR, for those of you that didn't see the announcement, tomorrow is Argos release. Argos is the first bigger raid, very exciting.
I wish they had told us a little bit more in advance, rather than just like a day before.
Is item level gated to item level 1370 for phase 1, 1385 for phase 2, and 1400 for phase 3. Now, as you guys, those of you that are in tier 3 have probably noticed that after 1340,
I knew it was coming out. I just wish I knew what date it was.
Cost of materials and you get, like, if you have one character in tier 3, you get around 1 or 2 attempts a day from your materials. And yeah, with the percentages that you have and with having one character in tier 3, it basically right now,
I think that's partially true, but not entirely true. Because you could also make gold.
I'm not going to say impossible, but near impossible to be item level of 1370 on the release of Argos.
Like, there's a lot of people that make a ton of gold, and then they use their gold to buy materials. So, like, in terms of, like, actually farming out the materials themselves, yeah, you're probably right. Like, once you get up to, like, 1350 or so, you can probably only do, like, a handful of upgrades a day with the materials that you can earn, and then you have to make gold and buy the other ones. And that's, like, per character, too.
Free-to-play player. Now, there will be a few free-to-play players that are 1370, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Some people that got lucky, some people that might have flipped the market board a little bit, just people that had lucky drops or something, you know. There will be a few free-to-play players that will be 1370. That's no question at all, right? But I can, with confidence, tell you right now that the majority of the player base is not 1370 for the release of this content. I asked,
they never will be.
My guild, which is a veteran guild from Russia.
They never will, but you're never going to get an average player to pog out for getting an upgrade that takes an hour to farm, and it's a 10% chance. Like, you're just, it's not going to happen. Like, an average player is going to drop off and lose interest way before then. That's just what happens. Like, I'm not, like, it's just that's the way people play the game. Like, he's right about this.
No one here is 1370. I asked in a different guild.
Not what he's saying.
That I also know from Russia. No one there is 1370. No one has achieved the item level possible yet for Argos. Now, when they announced the Argos release a few days ago, I was like, okay, no problem. Maybe they lowered the item level requirement, or no problem. They're going to give us honing chance increases.
Yeah.
And then I read the patch today, which I will link by the way below, no honing chance increase. No, nothing. Like not for tier 1, not for tier 2, not for tier 3, nothing. I'm sorry. It's just a bit, it's so funny that I actually need to laugh about this, not gonna lie. Now, one of the most common responses now that I already got also on Twitter, also on YouTube now to comment, is like, but the content isn't going anywhere. You will be able to do this content at some point, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good to add in new content very early on because it gives newer players a larger scope of the end game. Like, the only thing that, like, the only people that it kind of hurts are people like me that are, like, semi-hardcore. Like, I'm not playing the game super, super hardcore, but I'm playing the game relatively hardcore, right? I'm taking it seriously. It's bad for people like us because a lot of us can't afford to spend the time or the money involved in order to get up to that point, right? And then, like, you feel like you're behind. You see kind of what I'm saying? So, like, that's the percentage of people that, like, it definitely fucks over. The people that are still in tier 2, this doesn't affect at all. Same with tier 1 or, like, still leveling. I think everybody's probably 50 by now that started at the beginning. But, you know, tier 1 and tier 2 players doesn't affect at all. You get donated and everything? What do you mean? Well, yeah. Yeah, semi-hardcore, you're a casual of the mask, you got sent to you, you're a low ILO T2 scrub. Why are you being rude? Well, why are you being rude to me? Like, I played the game for 400 hours. How, in what universe is that not semi-hardcore? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's just it's so weird to get comments like that. Yeah,
of course.
Play the game 400 fucking hours, as if I can't have an opinion about it.
But that's not what this is about. Lost Ark is supposed to be a game where you as a free-to-play player can achieve the item level required to every new content released by playing the game a lot, right? 4-5 hours a day at least, even more if you feel like
Just a loser. I banned him.
I know that because that has been the case on Russia. I have started a year late to Russia, and once I was caught up, I never had issues to stay up to date with my item level on multiple characters.
Yeah.
Now, when they released Tier 3 here in the Amazon version, I said, okay, it's going to be stressful, and it has been stressful. I'm not going to lie, there's been a bit of stress getting all the skill points, getting collectibles, grinding a lot. There's been a lot of grinding going on. I've currently 400 hours on my Steam in this version. It's probably a lot, but there's people that have more. But the problem is very easy. The problem is that our honing chances are too low, our material income too low, and our gold is lower compared to what it used to be back on Korea or Russia during these times in Argos release. This is because of the gold.
Well, isn't that offset though by the fact that the honing costs were like way higher for gold? Like, wasn't that the case? I'm not sure about this, but like my understanding was the honing costs were much higher for gold, and so it's offset. So you're not getting as much gold from like other resources and other things, but you're spending less gold through honing.
Nerf in general. So the gold issue is not as big, but it's the material issue
gets on demand.
and the
I'll try that
honing
first.
issue that is the problem.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Now, I haven't made a video about this, and I'm not doing that, but I'm going to show you from a video from Devium Furor that there is actually changes in honing chance and like how it was back on the release of Argos for Korea and Russia. And so I'm going to pull up this sweet little picture here real quick. So as you can see on this picture, these are the honing chances with the item level, right? And these are the material requirements. I hope this is big enough for you guys. This was also the gold that you were able to get back in the days. This is all from what it used to be in Korea in August 2020, and it got changed to these honing chances, right? This was the original ones, and it got changed to this. And then you have our version. Now, the thing is, these are the same. You can compare it. They're the same. That's what this is about. But the issue is not even that they're the same. The issue is all of this here. Okay? So This is something that
So he's saying that, like, and yeah, this is what I heard, like, this is Zeal's video too, is that there were so many other resources and ways to get the resources in the other versions, and we don't have access to those. In my opinion, I do think that to a certain degree, Amazon does have, like, there is a profit incentive for them to bring out content early. Because if you bring out content early, you hit people with FOMO, and FOMO is going to cause people to spend real money to stay caught up, right? You've maybe had a guy that spent $200, $300 to try to get to tier 3, and then now that Argos is coming out, he wants to spend $200 to $300 more dollars to get up to Argos. Whereas if you allowed him to progress his character naturally, he would get up there slower, and then by the time it got released, he wouldn't feel compelled to spend money again. Like, I do feel like that's very plausible that's the case.
obviously new players don't know about, but we are missing content that is supposed to give us more resources. Content that helps us to increase our honing attempts, and content that helps us to increase our economy, or whatever you want to call it. These are first off the heroic guardians. As you can see, they are 3 guardians that you can do per week that give you honing materials and also have a higher chance than average and legendary engraving book, for example. Then you have the Abyss, the Trials of the Abyss.
Trials spend over 5K. No, there's a lot of streamers that spend a lot of money, right? Streamers spend a lot of money for a number of reasons. Spending money is good content. Viewers like watching streamers spend money. On top of that, streamers want to stay caught up with the content, and because they're doing other things or they don't really want to invest the same amount of time, they just stream that instead. Or they just spend money instead to be caught up with the content, because that's better for viewership, right? And they can write it off of their taxes. That's exactly. Some viewers like it. I personally don't. Well, you can say that with anything. Like, I mean, you could say that with anything. Of course.
Which are a rotation of the Abyss dungeons that you guys have been doing, and then obviously arena PvP tokens, which are also quite significant and give you quite a lot of rewards. As you can see, the numbers here, they are crossed out. So for the arena PvP, it's 1,000 armor crystals here, 20 honing stones. It's a lot of resources that we are missing, right? So explain to me, why do we have the same honing chances and material requirements as a version that has more accessible content than we have? Yeah, that's it. Why is that a thing? Now, not only that is the problem. The real problem here is that we are not actually getting any honing chance increase. And Amazon is actually
I think that's intentional.
Making the game pay to access content right now, because obviously whales are already at item level 13.7.
It's not pay to access content. So I actually saw, Rich showed me a picture of his friend's gear. His friend was 1490 item level. Not 1390. 1490. I didn't even believe it. I had to zoom in on it and look at it for like 5 minutes to believe that. Like 1490 is RMT, is banned. I don't know if it's RMT or not. I have no idea. I have no clue. Unless, yes, in the Western client. Like, no joke, in the Western client. Show us? I mean, it was on his phone. I can't show you it. He showed it to me yesterday. It was fake. Stoop saw a picture too. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was probably real. But like, yeah, let's say it was fake. All I'm really trying to get at here was on Reddit. I don't remember if it was on Reddit. I don't really check the Lost Ark Reddit, to be honest with you, so I'm not sure if it was there. And there's no gear to support that? Really? So so half the people are saying it's fake, half the people are saying it's RMT, and the other half of the people, so that's 150% of the people, are saying that it's real. Okay, I don't know. I really don't know. I assumed that I was seeing something legitimate because Rich said it was from his friend, so I don't know. Maybe it's fake.
They are there. And like I said, a very, very small amount of free-to-play players, but most players are still currently either in tier 2 or they are start of tier 3. There is like a lot of people that still are just not able to access this content. And Lost Ark has always been a game where you are able to access the latest content by just playing the game a lot. Never been... I have in all of my Russian times never been item level gated by content. I was at the end for people...
I feel like if you play the game, like if you were playing for 10 hours a day and you were efficient with what you were doing and you tried, your main focus was getting item level, you could probably get 1370 by now. I don't think that it's impossible, because I really don't. I do not think that it's impossible. No. 12 hours a day, maybe? Like, no. I don't agree with that, to be honest. It's completely impossible. How could I prove that somebody spent no money in the game? Because I can guarantee you that there are people that are 1370 that maybe just have crystalline aura and didn't spend any money. I can guarantee you that there are people that are 1370 that did not spend any money on the game. Like, it's just, Chat's Pepega, it's Dotmod said, but he's only 1363. Yeah, well, so what are the odds that there's somebody else that did the same thing as him, but they played slightly more or they got slightly more lucky? Like, it's very high. It's a 1%, though.
6 troubleshoot, because you needed the gear from P1 and P2 and P3 and P4 in order to upgrade your gear faster, getting it easier. And, well, here I can't even access phase 1. If the changes would have been that we can access phase 1, like let's say it would release in a month from now or something, and the whales would be able to do P3, that would be fine for me. Right. Another problem that is in our current version of the game is the gear that you get from the Oria's Heart moated dungeon. Oria's Heart
What's the problem with that? The legendary gear.
A specific material where you can craft legendary gear.
Yeah, the little
and that gear is actually, I'm gonna be real with you, complete trash. I'm not talking about the set effect, but I'm talking about the fact that it exists in this game.
Okay, why does it trash?
That gear has never existed. The reason why it is bad for that to exist is because people that push past item level 1370, instead of having to really push and wail hard to upgrade their purple gear past plus 15, they can then do Orion Heart, get new gear, and enjoy really low upgrades.
That's true. That's 100% what we're going to do. We are 100% going to do that. We have to get up to 1370 today, guys, and then it is smooth sailing. Then we just get to hang out, have fun, chill, and do what we want. That's all it is. Do it? Yeah, that's what we have to do. We? Oh, I really do mean we. Let's be honest here, guys. Yeah, that's what it's definitely going to fucking be. With what silver? I farmed out like 2 million silver last night. Like, I went and I did all of the Punica quests. I did every single yellow quest in Punica. I went through and did a bunch of islands as well. I did other quests too. Like, I did a lot. Like, I was playing last night until like probably 12 o'clock, like midnight.
Upgrade costs and high upgrade chances again. That has also never been the case in Korea or Russia.
Well, I think you've earned
so basically, the gap in between a free-to-play player and a whale is getting bigger and bigger, and that this trend will continue because whales will now have access to Argos. And
I did the first one. You can't do the other one until you do.
As I say,
yeah. So like basically, in order people don't believe me, right? So there's like 2 secret quests that you have to complete for the adventure journal. The first one is the secret quest that starts at the top where the graves are, where you meet Shanna. And then you have to go back and forth and talk to people about that. So I was able to do that one. But the second one, you have to actually do a daily quest 8 times. And then after you do it 8 times, you have to do a secondary daily quest 14 times. And at that time, you're able to unlock the quests that will allow you to get progress in your adventures journal for that one too. Like, I understand. I know what I'm talking about. Like, you can't get traded silver. You can get traded gold and buy silver. Like, you definitely can do that 100%. I didn't do that. I might do that more today, though, to be fair, to keep my upgrades happening. Absolutely.
Most people that stay free to play have no access to Argos on release right now, while people that have swiped do have access to Argos. The problem is that the Argos gear will reset.
I don't want people to think that I'm disagreeing with what he's saying, because like I am agreeing, although it is not an ultimate fact. Like 95%, in my opinion, probably 95%, a lot of people, like over 90% of people, in my opinion, probably that are 1390 have done some level of spending of pay to win. They have done some level of it. They have, had viewers send them materials. They have spent real money on the game. Like, they have done something to get to that level. While I'm sure that there are people who have done it legitimately, they are in the vast minority. And for the average player, especially a new player, the only way to be 1370 right now is to spend real money.
Gear from plus 15 to plus 6, and plus 6 has again very high upgrade chances, and the gap in between the people that are not able to access Argos and the people that have access to Argos will become bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
that means in a few weeks from now you will see people running around with 1400 plus item level,
and not only that, this is why it matters that we hit it this week, because I talked to Rich and Shroud about this, and what it is you have to do P1 this week, because you can only do one phase per week. So what I want to do is I want to do phase 1 this week and then get up to 1400 next week, 1385, and then do the next week. That's wrong. You can do all phases. What? Rich told me that you couldn't. How is it that nobody knows anything in this game? Like, I'm going crazy. Like, I just never know what's real. I never know what's fucking real, man. It's like, I ask a question, people are like X, and they're like Y, and it's like 50-50. If you take the reward, you're locked out for the week. It's a group vote. So, like, oh my God. The worst part about this game is it's worse than nobody knowing anything about it. It's that everybody thinks that they know something about it, but nobody actually knows anything about it, and all of the things that people think they know are different. Everybody has a different idea of what's real. I will figure it out myself today.
Be ready for Vulcan release. And if Vulcan actually releases in a month from now, like in this leaked roadmap was the case, the people that are not able to access Argos right now,
I will figure it out
might
myself.
not even be able again to access Vulcan when it comes out. And the problem for that is because the Argos gear and the Oria's Heart dungeon gear is weekly gated. You have to do it weekly. You get some materials, you can craft your gear, and then you can upgrade it. And
there it is.
Gear transfer to that gear, upgrade it, etc. So the issue with this Argos release and the gear from Oria's Heart is that you create a even bigger, significant difference in between free-to-play players and whales. Or
yeah, because the whales can hit that threshold, and like basically it's like once you hit 1370, I heard that you also get like a boost to tier 3 for your alts or something like that. Is that also just not true? Like, I don't know what's real anymore. Yeah, it's 1385. Oh, okay, so, all right, so that one's not real either. Okay, it's 1385. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go ahead and yes, no, yes. Yeah, it's just nothing is real in this game.
Buy to play players, whatever you want to call it.
It's almost
honestly,
funny.
I'm not really even mad at them releasing Argos.
Yeah.
I'm just so I just don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is happening. I'm really disappointed because
I don't know how you can say you don't know what's happening. Can we all agree here that having new content come out that's 1370 and that being a very high threshold is an inducement to spend money on the game? I feel like it's an obvious inducement to spend money on the game. So they're releasing it early to create FOMO to induce people into spending money on the game. I mean, duh.
Smilegate must have signed off of this, and this is not what their game is about. Their game has always been free-to-play friendly so far. The game has never been like this, where I feel like I'm missing out on content now because I didn't swipe my credit card. And that just, as a veteran of Lost Ark, makes me quite sad, to be honest. It just actually makes me sad. It doesn't make me angry. It just... I'm not able to do content I like. I'm not able to enjoy Argos when it releases just because I didn't pay any money, really. And that has so far never been the case. So I'm just sad, and I'm just very surprised that this is actually happening. And I don't know. It's just something I didn't expect. I knew Argos was coming this month. I expected it to be very late into the month. I also expected honing chances to go up because they are...
I don't think that it's really that big of a deal that like new content comes out, because like this is only really something that affects like how many people are in tier 3 right now. Like if you take 100 players, if you take a census of 100 players, I bet 1% of players are in tier 3 right now. And like I would say probably less than that. Like maybe even less than that now, almost 40% now with the event. You think 40% of players are tier 3? Like what crack are you smoking? Like what crack are you, like what are you doing, bro? Like no fucking way. As a Steam achievement it says 1%? Really? Can I just look at it that way? Oh, really? That's so crazy. We're the pick one Moko seed, 0.1% of people have the achievement. Let me see if I can find it. So, okay. So we literally have the math right here. It says 1% of players have this achievement. Okay. Steam achievements are bugged. Okay. Okay. All right. Nope. All right. Let's move on.
I don't know.
Well, let's nothing is real. Guys, remember, in Lost Ark, nobody knows. Nothing is real. It's all a mystery. Even if it's right in front of you, it's not really true. It's fake. Like, all right, all I'm saying is that not a lot of people are in tier 3, okay? Can we agree on that? And so for all of the people that aren't in tier 3, this does not affect them at all. And half the people that are in tier 3, it doesn't affect them either because they're not trying to push as fast as possible.
Why is tier 1 and tier 2 not upgraded chances? I have no idea. It makes no sense at all that tier 1 and tier 2 are not upgrading. Tier 3 is kind of maybe a bit understandable, but tier 1 and tier 2 is not, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this is long enough. And yeah, there's not much more to say. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like the video. I hope you understand. This is very important to me. I hope you understand why this is actually an issue, why this is not good for the game. Why having Argos released right now is just not healthy for the game and for the stigma of the game that it is not really free to play right now anymore, because if you cannot access content as a free to play player, it's not really free to play. That's the problem.
Well, you can access the content. You used to play 14 hours a day.
So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
And get
wherever
lucky.
you live. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video and if you share my opinion. If you do not share my opinion, that is fine. Let me know in the comments below why you don't think the way I think.
Let's read some of the comments.
But don't tell me content will be there in a month. I don't want to hear that. I know it will be there in a month, but this is about...
Yeah, I want to read the comments. Here's the video here.
Player, the day it releases. I hope you understand.
There's the video.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you are.
How are people saying no?
Hey there, friends. It's Kodiak here. Welcome back.
1 second. Sorry about that. It auto plays. I always forget how to... like, I don't know how to fucking get that shit to... I don't fucking know what I'm doing. So, give me a second. Okay. I'm only gonna watch... Listen, guys. I'm only gonna watch one video today. Like, I know I was just gonna watch a couple. Like, we have goofed and fucked around enough. I'm ready to play the game. Like, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to big dick this shit. So, like, give me a minute, and I want to start this, and we're gonna get into it. And let's look at this here. Stop autoplay on the playlist. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't really care either if people want to explain it to me. Loop playlist, shuffle playlist, Yeah, I can't figure it out. Who cares? All right. So anyway, hands down, people need to understand they aren't bashing the game or the publisher. I mean, it's to spread awareness. I'm a free-to-play player that has never played Lost Ark before, and I'm almost reaching 1100 item level. I feel like this is going way too fast in the update content. In my opinion, people are burned out trying to get to tier 3. Lost Ark has basically turned into a mobile game right now. Everything's time-gated. Log on, do chaos dungeons and all characters. Log off. I mean, isn't this... I mean, I feel like, isn't that like every MMO though? Like, I don't think so. Like, yeah, yeah, like that's an always has been meme. Yeah, I think so too. I think a lot of us were sadly expecting things like this the moment Smilegate aligned themselves with Amazon. I agree. I would like class releases way more. I think that they should release a new class. That would be really cool, but they'll probably save that for later. It feels like Amazon plan on releasing content is in a way connected to them wanting players to spend more money to get to 1370. If they really wouldn't care about the money that much, they would have added more content for us to do and get upgrade mats like in the Stoops video. I agree with that. I think that they should do that. And in the new welcome challenge, they have some of those, but that's about it. Okay, let's see here. People push like crazy, then complain about nothing to do. If they completely ignore, they put over 200 hours into the game already. Yeah, I think that's true too. And like, yeah, like, it's like I don't want to blame the player for playing the game though. Like, cause that's kind of like, remember what that happened with New World? Where like people got to level 60. Like, this is what happened to me. Like, do you remember how much the New World community fucking hated me during the beta and during the release of New World? Because I got to 60 on the beta. And I have a mental disorder. You guys might not know this. I have a mental disorder. It's called getting level 60 in New World 3 times. And I did. I got level 60 in New World 3 fucking times. And I had already played the end game by the time that the game had come out. Like, I already did all of this stuff. So I was complaining about things, and then people, all of the craft beer dads that were level 23, just fucking having a time of their life fishing off the docks of fucking, off the docks of Windsward. Yeah, they were having a lot of fun because you didn't know a fucking thing about the game. You don't know shit. You don't know shit, Terry. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's not my fault that I play the game all day and I ran into the same problems. And then Terry comes back a month later and he says, hey, you know what? The end game's messed up. The end game's too slow. I said, Terry, I told you so. And Terry never said sorry. He never said sorry. He never said, oh, my bad. I didn't mean that. He never said sorry. 1 month late. Yeah, fuck you, Terry. Suck on my... Fuck you, Terry. Stupid ass bitch. I told you that shit would happen. You didn't believe me. Didn't fucking believe me.